Hey everybody. I'm going to get started. It's 8:03 and just want to get on here. If you jump on, say hello. Sorry, I'm like looking at my camera, looking at the chat box. Anyway, hi. If you're watching this back, hello. I hope you are having a great day. My name is Lisa Heiser, and I am a director from Oak Park, California, which nobody knew of us or had heard of us until the crazy wildfires that we just had that were right in our neighborhood. Luckily, we're all good, but that's how people now know of Oak Park. So I am a wife. I've been married, just had my 20-year reunion anniversary. Reunion of getting married. Two kids, 11 and 14, and I have been a stylist for 10 years, which is like mind-blowing because I just never saw this as being something I was going to do for 10 years. And I'll tell you a little bit about that, and you may find it interesting as a new stylist. So here's what we're going to do tonight. I am here to just go over a really fun, easy, like launch checklist that we have come up with for you. So you can kind of check the boxes and make sure that you're doing everything you need to do to launch strong with your business. But first, I just want to talk to you a little bit about like my Still and Dot story, because I think it is very similar to a lot of people, and it also really touches on one of the greatest things about our business, which is flexibility and how your business can change. And that's truly why I'm still here 10 years later, is because I have been able to sort of flex in and out of the business. So when I started, my kids were 1 and 4. So I had been a television producer, worked in the industry for 10 years, got pregnant with my son, worked until I was about 7 months pregnant, and then decided to be a stay-at-home mom, which, you know, I loved, have my son, then have my daughter. But if you're a stay-at-home mom, or ever have been, you know that it's a hard job. So when I got an invitation to a Stella and Dot party, now this is 10 years ago, this was literally the beginning of Stella and Dot, I was like mesmerized. I saw this little charm collection image. I mean, it was in an email because there were no invitations or all the fancy stuff we have now. And I needed a birthday gift, so I decided to go. And I fell in love with like everything. This girl had it set up in her house. She had signed up as a stylist, and all I could think about was, oh my gosh, I literally want everything here. I know I can't just show up at this girl's house and shop all the time. So like, how does this work? What do I do? And so she was like, you should host, you get a bunch of free stuff. So I was like, that's it. I'm in. And once I got my jewelry, I walked around, saw friends, and I had this simple little necklace on. It was like one of the half off, like what we have now, Trunk Show exclusives. Every month, Trunk Show guests can shop some styles at 50% off when they spend $50. So I was rocking this necklace, and everywhere I went, people were loving it. And I just thought, I mean, I could just keep giving this girl this business, or why don't I just do this? And I kept finding myself on the website and looking at it, and something inside was like, really had me very intrigued. And when I look back now, it was that as much as I love being a mom, I missed having something for me. I missed having a creative outlet. I missed having a reason to kind of get out and socialize with people. And so I decided to sign up. And as my girlfriend said, you'll meet some stylists who are like, I never wore jewelry until Stella and Dot. I was not into it. Well, I have always loved jewelry and accessories. In fact, one of my best friends said, oh my gosh, it so makes sense that you do Stella and Dot, because in junior high, as we used to call it, now middle school, you had the biggest jewelry box and so much jewelry. So I've always loved it. And so really, starting out with the jewels, I did not think of this as really a business. In fact, my husband used to kind of like make fun of me and I would say like, oh my gosh, I look at the new jewelry I got, or I earned this for free. And he'd be like, are you getting paid? Like, do you care about the money? I was like, oh yeah, and I'm getting paid. So I really, I loved the product and really started out as a hobbyist. And here I am 10 years later, having done this and, had met some of my best friends, love the travel, just earned my first 2 glam getaways the last 2 years of my business. So I really want you to know that, flexing in and out is all a part of this, and keeping that in mind, because your mindset as a new stylist is really important, because this is a new business and you're going to get some people who are probably going to be very supportive of you and excited, like I was. The first couple girls that saw my necklace and were like, "Where'd you get that? I love it." And I told them, you know what, I think I'm going to join this business, and you could host and you can get free stuff, and they were all in. And then there were people that were just not that into it. I mean, I think my mom didn't even host for me until like 6 or 7 years into my business. It's like, so one thing is mindset is, just know that it's for some people, it's not for everyone, but you're not going to know unless you ask people, right? So the one thing also I will say is I really didn't stress about signing up, and my business. I just thought, I really love this product. If someone were to ask me, like, where'd you get your lip gloss? I would excitedly tell them the color and where I got it. And so it was the same thing. And really embracing like the wear and share, and telling people and not being afraid to tell people. A lot of you probably have other jobs. And so you might feel like, how do I talk about my style in that business? Well, it's just that. It's something. Why did you fall in love with it? Like, something made you say yes to this, and being able to explain that to other people is really all you have to do to share your passion about what we do. So I think setting goals for yourself and, setting yourself up for success is really important. But at the same time, like, remember why you started. Remember that this is, fun, and it's cute jewelry and great clothes. And, so I just think, like, don't get too hard on yourself, and remember the fun. So, okay, let's say, okay, hold on. And also remember, you guys, like, people aren't going to the mall anymore. Everyone's online shopping. And while I love to online shop, what I like more is my friends and people that are helpful and friendly and nice. And so you are that person. You are what makes your business unique. So embrace that, and know that, people want to be helped, and people do want connection. They don't necessarily want to go to the mall, but they are kind of lacking. Like, if I'm online, it would be great if someone told me, like, you know what, it would look amazing with that sweatshirt you just bought, this bracelet, and these earrings. So we offer a really amazing service, and I want you to think of that way. So that brings me to my next point. Always think in terms of offering and giving. So sometimes I hear new stylists say, "Oh, I asked my friend if she would have a trunk show for me." Okay, don't ask someone to do something for you. You are offering something. I would love to do a trunk show for you and get you, like, first of all, a fun night with your girlfriends and free jewelry. What do you think? Like, keep it simple. Make it about what you're giving to them, because you truly are giving them an opportunity to connect with friends, an opportunity to shop, to make themselves feel better, to make their friends feel better. So always thinking about that. We're not asking for favors here. We have something to offer. And while we're thinking about that, you can offer a trunk show, but you also have a business opportunity. So start thinking and writing down a list of who do you know that could use a business opportunity, whether it's because they love fashion and they would like it at a discount, whether they're on social media and that they could wear and, share this on the go, or someone who would really like to make extra money and have a little side business. So keep that little list of your potential stylists. Who would you love to do this business with? And keep that list growing. Like, when you run into someone, like, "Oh, she'd be awesome," or "I heard her saying that she would love to go on a vacation but can't afford it." Things like that. And like I said, remember that some are going to like what you have to offer and some aren't, and just keep moving along, and don't let the no's, wear you down, because eventually you're going to get your yes, and the yes is going to feel amazing. And then, think like a customer. If I am at Anthropologie or Nordstrom and the sales girl offers me, like, "Hey, did you see those new jeans we have, or those great candles we have?" And if I'm not interested, if it's not my style or I can't afford it, I just say, "No, thank you." I'm not mad at her for offering. I'm like, wow, she's really good. Like, she saw what I was buying and what I was looking at and thought I might like something else. So remember that, like, we have something to offer. No one's going to be upset with you. Uh-oh, sorry. something funky. I just got small here in my, oh, hi. If someone just popped in, I am just, okay, I want to make sure my thing is still recording. Okay, so no one's going to be upset at you for offering something, okay? That's the one thing. And then I'll tell you a funny story. And this is kind of about mindset and about mindset before you go to book a show or talk to someone about, you know, maybe being a stylist as well, or if you can help them with some personal shopping. It's getting yourself excited. So before I used to make booking calls, I would go onto the Stylist Lounge, and like I remember at this time there was a new summer collection out, and there was just the most fun video of like summer and the products, and it got me really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for all this stuff to come out. So I had 2 customers, one of which, Leslie Lapel, that I had talked to about having a trunk show. We had talked about it, and we just were at the point where like we just needed to set a date. Then there's a girl named Lindsay Lippert who had shopped with me in the past, but we had never spoken about a trunk show. And hey, Jennifer, pipe in and pop on. There's a chat at the bottom if you have any questions. So anyone can type in questions as I'm going through here, and I will answer. So I have these 2 women I am meaning to call. So I watch this video. I get all excited. I'm like, oh, I love this. I love our product. I'm so excited. And I call who I think I'm calling Leslie. And the girl answers, and I say, oh my gosh, I am so excited. Our summer collection is coming out, and I just cannot wait for your trunk show. You're going to love it. It is so much fun. You mentioned your husband was going to be out of town these dates, so like, let's pick a date. Let's do it. And she was like, okay. And she said yes, but it was a little tentative. And as I started talking to her, I realized, oh my gosh, this is not the woman I thought it was. She's probably wondering, what are you talking about? My husband's going to be out of town for work. But the moral of the story is this girl booked a show with me because I was so excited, and like, she just was like, okay, I mean, how could I say no to this woman? So do whatever it is that motivates you before you go to do bookings or talk to someone about the opportunity. Get on the Stylist Lounge, watch videos. There's really fun videos on Mimi. If you go into the gallery section, and there at the top are videos for like booking and style, and you can find all these great videos. Watch the Glam Getaway, like check out that beach and that hotel to get you excited and motivated. Or the other thing I like to do, which I'm doing with some other stylists, we are all trying to, well, we will earn our trip to Mexico, is we've all created little boards, like kind of like a vision board collage of all the items we want to buy before we have our trip to Hawaii. And I keep going on the Nordstrom app and finding cute sandals and cover-ups, and I keep adding it to it. And I look at that, like that is my why. That's going to keep me going. So that's sort of mindset, you know, getting yourself excited, keeping it positive, knowing that no's are going to come and it's not a big deal. I'm just going to keep on moving. And then now I want to take you through the new stylist checklist. So first thing we're doing is ordering our jewelry, accessories, and apparel. So most of you hopefully have done that within 7 days. You need to order unless you got the kit of pre-selected bestsellers, but really you can utilize your upline to help you, like with our version of bestsellers. So she can help you with that, tell you a great top, tell you her favorite bag that customers are loving. So just making sure you have picked that out and put that order in within 7 days. And then booking a date for your launch show. So your launch is really like your way to announce your business to friends and family. So you want to get that, we typically say within 1 to 2 weeks of signing up, so you have the energy and the momentum. The other little tip I say, and Jennifer who's on here knows this, is when you get your box of jewelry, there's nothing more fun than opening it up and opening up every individual box. So try not to do it alone. Like invite a Nate Grover, invite your sister, your best friend, somebody, because I'm telling you, they're going to fall in love with some stuff. And it will be like a wish list for them. You can talk to them about hosting a show. And when you're thinking about your show, you book it into the Stylist Lounge and you will get an online shopping link. So as you're reaching out and inviting people, if they can't come, you can share the online link and people all across the country can shop your trunk show, which is awesome. Okay, we're talking about making a list of people, and this is really, you know, people that you know who would be like interested in the opportunity or hosting a show. So we like to say if she's a woman, she goes on the list, because let's say, you know, potentially maybe she wouldn't want to host a show or be a stylist, but she may make you think of somebody else who did. So you just kind of brainstorm, like put everybody down, aim for 40, make that your goal, see how far you can get, and reaching out. Here's some like words to say. So, hey, did you know I'm a Stella & stylist? I'm already having so much fun and loving all my new product. Call me crazy, but you should come do this with me. And if they say, no, that doesn't sound like it's for me, then you offer the hostess opportunity. Like, okay, well, let's at least get you a ton of free Stella & with our hostess rewards. You just grab some girlfriends to come over and hang out and the collection, and I will do the rest. And then I've got these 2 dates, which works best. So what you'll notice is, and I didn't used to do, is I used to send way too much information. Like keep it very short, sweet, kind of set a mood, talk about the fun. I love to say things like, I'd love to do like a, you know, morning muffins and mimosas, or a happy hour, just something that gets them thinking like, oh, that sounds good. I like that idea. Okay, downloading Dottie and Mimi. So Dottie is your app that's for trunk shows. You can do it straight from the Stylist Lounge homepage, right onto your phone or your iPad. This is where you're going to place orders at your show, where you can place orders or look up prices when you're out and about. So if somebody at Starbucks or at your kid's school says, oh my gosh, I love your sweatshirt or your necklace, you can say, okay, I can get it for you. Do you want one? And do it right there. And Mimi is basically for everything else. She is our marketing assistant. I mentioned there's videos. There are amazing photos that you can share with people. And she also coaches you about your business. So everything that you have logged in on the lounge, like your trunk shows, Dottie, that information crosses over to Dottie and Mimi. So your contacts are there, your trunk shows are there. You can create cute invites that are for texting. So make sure you download those. And in the new stylist training on the lounge, there are little videos that will show you a lot of how-tos. And you can also ask your upline for that. Okay, a couple last fun things. What is a quick start? So your quick start is your first 30 days of business. And basically we reward you for getting started and jumping in. So if you can sell 1,000 in your first 30 days, you will get a $100 product credit bonus. Selling 1,000, when you hit 1,000 in your first 60 days, that's called your jump start. So because you did it in 30 days, you're going to get the bonus and you're going to get the 100 for hitting your jump start as well. So I always try to make that my goal with my new stylists is let's do 1,000 in 30 days. So that's why you want to schedule your launch show and think about a few other people that might want to have a trunk show in your first 2 months. Also in outside orders, just people that maybe can't come to your show but might love what you have. And I always tell people this too. You may not want to do 2 shows a month or 3 shows a month regularly with your business, but you only have your jumpstart once, and we all love the product. So if you can push yourself a little bit during this time, I promise you, you will not regret earning more free product and cash, and you're earning all these commissions, right? So what happens if you actually sponsor during your jumpstart? Well, a lot of good things happen. How about $1,200 in free product? Okay, that's how it breaks down. So when you and a friend each sell $1,000 in a month, so let's say you each have a trunk show, okay, $1,000 is really our average trunk show. And even usually it's even more if you host your own show. You get free registration to our Hoopla, which is our annual convention. This year it's in Denver, Colorado. Always a lot of fun. So free, so $1,200, all your jumpstart, all your commissions, and free registration. So that is amazing. Okay, does anyone have questions before I kind of jump into the end here? Anything that you've been thinking about or kind of dying to know or ask about getting started as a stylist? If you didn't, this is going to be recorded and we'll post it. You can kind of watch back to the beginning where I kind of talked about your mindset. You heard a little bit about me talking about being positive and excited, but there's a little bit more than that. So the other thing is the Stylist Lounge. This is where you can go when you're a new stylist. You should have a little dashboard when you log in that says new stylist how-tos. And it's an amazing resource. You literally follow the steps 1 through 5, and it teaches you how to launch strong. But launching strong is really just about reaching out, connecting, keeping it simple, making it fun. Don't overthink it. I was talking about my story at the beginning, and I really didn't overthink it. And I just really focused on the fun and what I had to offer. And here I am 10 years later, which surprises even me. So anybody, anything you've been wondering about, can be something very, very small, or you're like, I'm embarrassed to ask that, but there are no bad questions. Otherwise, ladies, I am going to challenge you to make your list, work on your list of 40, but do as much as you can, brainstorm, get your launch set up, make sure all your jewelry and apparel and everything has been ordered, and see if anyone else wants to do this along with you, because not only is it really lucrative for you as a stylist, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have a friend doing it with you. And I hope you all come to Hoopla, because you will not be disappointed. It is so much fun. I call it like the guilt-free girls trip, because it's tax deductible and you're working, right? Your husband or whoever is you're leaving behind. It's a work trip, but it's a really fun work trip. Okay, girls, if you don't have any questions, that is it for me. Thanks for popping on, and we are so happy to have you. And good luck with your Stella & Dot business. Good night.